Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my platform. And I want to discuss this morning, when do you know when things are breaking down? When do you know when things are breaking down in your life? You know, most people really don't know when things are breaking down in their life. You ask them, well, what caused it? What happened? And most of them will say, I don't know. I don't know. Things just started to fall apart and I don't know. Or things began to get out of control suddenly. So these are some warning signs before things start breaking down, because most of the time we always have warning signs before things break down. Such as, for instance, you can't concentrate. You can't concentrate, you can't focus, you can't sleep at night. You may get a few hours of sleep and you back up. You back up. And you're thinking about the things that you have to do, a task list. You're thinking about how you're going to pay this or how you're going to pay that. You're thinking about maybe your children. You're thinking about your job, the relationship. And it could be numerous of things. But we all have warning signs. We all have warning signs when things begin to break down in our life. But we have to realize and take heed to the things that is breaking down. The warning signs will come and warn you before they actually start breaking down. And most of the time, when we realize it, it's all chaos, it's all out of control. And sometimes we can realize the warning signs and ignore the warning signs and keep going and say to ourselves, well, things will get better. Things will get better. But sometimes they don't get better. Then what are the steps and what you should do if they don't get better? And I often say to my clients and to people who I associate with, always listen to your heart and listen to the warning signs, because the warning signs come for a reason. The warning signs come to let you know, hey, it's time to do something. It's not time to ignore it. It's not time to cry, but it's time to start thinking about putting a plan together before it starts crumbling down. I was talking to one of my friends, associates, the other day, and something bizarre happened. And that's why I say we have warning signs. But she was explaining to me about the things that had happened in her life. And I asked her, I said, did you not have any warning signs? Did you not see the signs? And she said, well, I don't know. I don't know about the warning signs. I don't know. Maybe I ignored it. But now I'm in a crisis. And I need some help. I need to try to figure out how I will get out the crisis. So she was in a crisis, but she called me for help to try to get her out of this crisis. But she was so, how can I say it? She was so upset that she really didn't listen to what was being said to her. all she could hear is that I need to get out of this. But at the same time, I was giving her a solution on how to get out. But she continued to listen. I need to get out of this. And I had to call her name about 3 times. And I say, wait a minute, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And I want you to take a deep breath 2 or 3 times. Inhale and exhale. And let's start over. So when she does that, she took a deep breath and she started over. We started over, and things began to make sense to her. Things began to make sense to her. And when she followed those instructions, she called me back later, totally different person, back to herself. And she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. She said, you know what? I often listen to you when your videos come on. She said, I really didn't have the time. She said, but now that you have helped me get out of this dilemma that I was in, she said, I will take your advice. She said, matter of fact, when you come on, that I will have my pen and my paper in front of me, because you give good advice to those who need it, especially me in this crisis time. But I told her thank you, and this is what I wanted her to do. So I gave her some instructions. I said, no matter what, every morning you get up and you begin to write down a plan. If you can't write it down for an entire month, every day you write your plan out and say, today, this is my plan. Today, I will acknowledge God with my plans. Write it out and say, today, this is my plan. Today, I will acknowledge God. Today, I will give it to God and let God handle what I cannot handle. So whatever you can handle on this list that you have written out, you do it. And the rest that you cannot handle, give it to God, the almighty and powerful God. Give it to him. So this morning, I received a report, and she said, you know, I've been doing this a couple of days. And she said, my mindset have switched, have changed. She said, I feel so much better doing this. I said, you know what? You will, because it's self-care. When you write down your plans and you acknowledge God in all of your ways, and he will direct your path, you can't help to feel better. You're always going to feel better. So to those who are facing challenges this morning, to those who are facing a crisis and they feel like it's no way out, it is a way out. So I encourage you this morning to have a wonderful, great day. To have a wonderful, great day. And speaking of Easter, I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. But always, always do the self-care. Take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. So have a wonderful day. And thank you for being on my platform this morning. Bye-bye.